Hey, hey there, hey, hey, hey. Oh, hey there, can you feel it? The room is alive.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Okay, who's excited? I said, who's excited? This is first of all, this is the first time we're coming live from the studio. Okay, we got a studio. Okay, and not only is it the first time we're coming live from the studio, pre-recorded for your viewing pleasure. Okay, I have my bestie, my sister girl, my sister from a different mister, Miss Angie Quinn, and she stopped by while we were having a girlfriend's weekend. And I said, hey, I got an idea. Okay, what about you? Because I know her life and I know her story. And this is a lady of resilience. She has bounced back more times than I can count. And I was like, hmm, maybe the world needs to know why I think she's so great. Okay, so I'm not even gonna prolong this, okay? Because we're gonna get in, we're gonna get out, because y'all already know that if I hold you long, I hold you what? I hold you wrong. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it, okay? And this is again, it's leading into with our signature topic, life be lifin', but I'm still standing, right? And Angie's topic is her subtopic is from Memphis, that's where she's from, y'all, to the military, that's where I met her, y'all, to motherhood, she's a mama, y'all, to learning me again, to learning herself again, because after all of the things that she's been through, all of the trials, all of the triumphs, she had to learn who she really was because she has poured into so many people. But I'm not finna tell her story. I'm gonna let her tell her story. Okay, is that all right, y'all? Okay. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, you my guest, girl. Y'all, she don't do social media at all. Well, she got a page, but she don't. But she's doing this for me, and I love her for it. Okay, so we're gonna just jump right into it. Okay, listen. We're just gonna jump right into it because we're gonna go head on. Angie, when you left Memphis for Houston, what were you truly running toward? Your freedom, your purpose, survival, or all three?
I would say all three.
I need for them to hear you. You would say
I
all
would
three.
say all three.
Okay, let's speak on that. Let's talk about your freedom first.
Freedom, meaning I needed to get a life for myself. I grew up in Memphis, and I am the oldest of 13. And I I've been a mom since I can remember at the age of 8. So I have been taking care of my siblings most of my life, and still today I play a big role in their life, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful, but I needed to leave Memphis to find myself a career, find myself a better life. Uh, I needed to find me, do something for me instead of doing for them all the time. But again, I'm grateful. We are so close. I am so close to my siblings, especially the girls. My mom had 5 girls before she had a boy. She just kept trying until she had that boy. But it's the 5 girls, and we were always together. And if you see us together now, it's still the same. Uh, it's still the same, although they're adults and they're married, they have children. It's still that mom slash big sister to them. And no matter how I try to not be that, it never goes away. And my brother had to ring me in one day and tell me, "This is your purpose. God put you here for that. Stop running." And so I listened.
Okay, so you're sort of like the matriarch of the family because I know that your mom, she has transitioned. So being the matriarch while also choosing to leave um, it can create something different. Did it feel empowering for you to leave? Did it feel lonely when you left, or did it, or both? And I'm talking
It
about
was
when you
actually
left.
scary.
I'm talking about not when you actually left for. We'll talk about you leaving for the military because we're gonna work backwards.
Okay.
I'm talking about when you left to go to Dallas because you left Tennessee to move to
Oh,
Dallas.
you moving forward. Okay, now
Uh-huh.
we're talking about when I retired
Mhm.
from Fort Campbell
Mhm.
moved. And moved. It was a transition. My mom had just passed, as you know, and I uh, got a position with the government. And so I decided to move and take that leap to Dallas.
Mhm.
And I'm currently in Dallas, and I actually love it. It was scary, but not scary because I've been in the military for 20 plus years, so I moved around quite a bit. So it's just that I didn't have that military family to run to, because when we PCS or when we move, we go into another part of our military family.
Absolutely.
And when we get there, we got all the help and all the support and stuff that the military offers. But this time I didn't have that. I only had myself.
Okay, so I want you to look to the people, and I want you to tell someone who may be in transition that even though maybe they're running from something, or maybe they're running to something, uh, about taking a leap of faith and just going after what it is that they are trying to pursue for themselves.
It's okay.
Look at this.
It's okay to take that leap. It's okay to be scared, because I was scared, and I done moved in PCS at least 10, 15 times in the military. But it's okay, long as you got God here in your heart and trust and believe in Him. It can happen, and it's okay to be scared. And I keep emphasizing that because a lot of people are fearful to take that leap. They're fearful, thinking of all the negative things that could happen. And not to say no negative will happen, but if you think of the positive, and most of the times when you think about it, the positive outweigh the negative. And you can get over that negative. You just got to want it. You just got to want to and trust and believe that it can happen.
I love that. I wanted to get that out of the way because there's a lot of people who they feel like they're not doing what it is they're called to do, but they're afraid to step into what God has for them, right? So let's go back. We're going to be jumping all over the place. And the thing about it is because I know Angie's story, it is so good. I want her to like touch on all of the things, right? Because she flies out tomorrow. Girl, I got to have this sister of mine at the airport by 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's why this is pre-recorded for your viewing pleasure. Uh-huh. Yeah, because we're going to bed after this. Um, you said that you wanted to be the first one in your family to get a bachelor's degree. And what did that dream actually cost you?
It cost me my closeness with my family. I didn't get to see a lot of stuff that people take for granted. I didn't get to see my nieces and nephew graduate. I didn't, or not graduate, grow up. I didn't get to see their births. I didn't get to be there like I wish I could have, not only for the college, for the military. The military took me all over the world, and I'm grateful for the military. But that part of my life, I didn't get to see uh, my nieces and nephews grow up. But I was there as much as I could be. I was for the big things, like I had to tell them. I would be there for the graduations. I would be there in support and make sure you have everything you need to graduate. As long as you try and do, I will support that part financially, and I will show up for graduation. So I didn't miss any of their graduations. As long as they told me when, I'm there. And that's what I did.
Okay. Um, you've endured the unimaginable, varying 2 children. You gonna be okay?
Yes.
Okay. How do you even begin to keep breathing after that kind of pain?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. It was hard, especially with my first daughter. I carried her for 8 months, and to have to go through delivering a child, uh, actually birthing a child that you know was already deceased or dead is a hard task that unfortunately I had to endure. Uh, and I did lose my faith. After that, I was in a whole nother place in life. I was younger, of course, and to I questioned God, and I still do. And I have people to tell me you shouldn't question God, and I beg to differ. I do, and He has never left me. I question Him all the time, and I say, why me? Why? What did I do? And I know you know, people tell you you shouldn't, but I do it all the time. I question Him, and I say, why me? Why did I have to endure that? And I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I thought suicidal thoughts. And thanks to my chain of command, I had the best chain of command that I could have ever asked for. The support that I had is unfathomable. I will never ever forget. I had a captain named Captain Phillips, him and his wife, and I had, like the first sergeant and the whole chain of command that actually was there for the delivery. They were in the delivery room. They made sure that I wasn't alone because my mom was afraid to fly. So they couldn't fly her to me because she was afraid, although the military would have paid, but she was afraid. And so unfortunately I had to endure that without my mom. And it took me a lot to get past that with her, which is a whole nother story. But it was hard. Uh, all females want their mom when it comes to, especially when going through that and what I was going through mentally, physically, all of that was really, really scary. But I'm grateful for the chain of command I had and the support I had that was there with me. I had a lady named McGirt uh, that stood there the whole time, and she held my hand like just she was my sister. She was there, and she never left. So I'm grateful. I am so grateful, and I'm trying my best not to cry.
Please don't, because I didn't bring tissue.
But I endured it, and then God turned around and blessed me with another child that I didn't bear.
Let's talk about my Tamara.
My Tamara Nicole.
Yeah, I didn't know her forever. Her first daughter's name was Forever. I didn't know Angie at that time, but I was able to be a part of her life when she had our Tamara. So let's talk about Tamara.
Well, my first daughter, her name was Forever, and my mom had asked me to name her Forever, and I kept saying, "Why in the world I want to name the child Forever?" But I'm so grateful for her because I hear her name every day. So I see it on billboards every day, and people have no idea what they're saying, but I do, and I'm grateful. And then God blessed me with Tamara Nicole. Um, I adopted her. In turn, I feel she saved my life because God gave me her. He took my child and gave me one instead to say she need me more. That's how I feel. She was special needs. She was quadriplegic. She couldn't walk. She couldn't talk. So I was her advocate her whole life. And there's a lot of families out there that goes through similar things, and I'm here to tell you it's a tough job. It's being a caregiver is a lot of work, mentally, and it can be physically on your body. But I do not regret not one day of being exhausted, of being tired, of being in the military and dealing with troops and soldiers, or being in the field all day and coming home have to change a dirty diaper on a 14-year-old. So I don't regret any of it because as tired as I was, as soon as I got home and I looked into her eyes, I wasn't tired anymore. It went away.
Absolutely.
It went away.
She truly
So
gave you
I'm so grateful. You just never know the path God got for you. You have other plans, but he changed it around and said, "Oh no, I want you to go here." And you gonna go.
I love that. And I love the way you love Tamara. Um, so let me ask you this. Was there ever a moment in your life where yeah, she has no idea what these questions are.
I truly don't.
She has no idea. We did not sit here and talk about these questions. That's why if I didn't bring no tissue, I don't know what, and I'm looking like, please, I'm under my breath, please don't. Okay. Yeah. But was there ever a moment when you felt like life was asking too much of you?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. I still feel that way sometimes.
Talk about
Oh, girl.
Talk about it.
I do. I feel like this sometimes right now, you know. I even from my job to my family and yeah, all of it. I think they just asked too much of me. But
Life be life, and y'all.
I still find the strength.
She's still standing.
And I still do it. And I fuss and say I'm not gonna do it. I turn around and do it.
You do it.
So yeah.
Okay. How do you honor the children you lost while still giving? This is the part. How do you honor forever and tomorrow? And you can look into the camera and tell a mother who may have lost a child. How do you honor the memory of your children while still allowing yourself permission to live?
I honor my children by keeping the memory alive.
Mhm.
Although she never leaves my heart, she never leaves my mind. The mind is very powerful. You can control it if you think and know how. And she never ever leaves me. I can be at a stoplight and all of a sudden I feel a breeze
Mhm.
and tears will just roll. I don't even know where they came from. They'll just roll. And then I'll just say to myself, okay, tomorrow, mom not cried enough.
Right. Right.
You're gonna be all right up there with your sister. Or I see butterflies a lot. Um, no matter where I go, I even in this new home, I have moved twice since my last daughter passed. And in each home I go to, her presence is there. I can literally say, I'll go in my garage and I see a whole lot of butterflies just flying. You feel something, they don't bite, they don't do anything, they just land on you. So they'll just land on me and then and they be all over me, and then in a matter of minutes, they're gone. And then the next day I'll see dead butterflies in my garage, just everywhere. So at first I thought I was going crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going nuts. I'm gonna have to put myself in a crazy house because I see butterflies and then they're gone. And then did you see it? Did you see it? And then finally, one day I was at a park in Clarksville, Tennessee. I was at a park and I was just walking and I sat down and this uh, older gentleman said, "You're full of butterflies." And I said, you saw them. And he's like,
Oh yeah,
I said, oh, thank God, I'm so glad you saw them. Because I literally thought I was going crazy. And it's amazing that when my mom passed, she wanted to go seafood. Her last meal, she wanted seafood. So me and my siblings took her out on this little lake where they had uh, a seafood restaurant. And we went there, and I went to get her out the car. And as soon as we opened the door, she saw nothing but butter. And she looked up at me and she said, "Baby, you're not crazy." She thought I was going crazy.
Tomorrow's like, look, let me go ahead and show grandma that mama seeing what she's seeing. Okay. So let's go here. Quiet as kept, you said that because you've been married. We're gonna move on to her married life, y'all. We working backwards. You said that your first marriage barely felt like a marriage. What did that season teach you about self-worth?
Taught me that I have a lot of self-worth. I cared too much for him and not enough for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I put him first, which I thought that's the way marriage is supposed to be. I was supposed to put him first, he's supposed to put me first, and everybody be happy, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't always work if he's not on that same sheet of music.
Right.
And then I realized, it went downhill. Of course, he cheated, and I caught him, and then I joined the army because of him. Because I didn't want to go to jail. Because in my mind,
She one of those.
in my mind, I wanted to take him out. So I talked to my God and said, okay, God, I got to do something before I actually physically hurt him for hurting me and hurting my heart. And he was my first love. So I went and joined the army because the judge wouldn't give me a divorce. Told me I needed to go to counseling. And so I got mad at the judge and told the judge, who are you? You sleep with him. I'm not. So I was bad. I was really bad.
This one, she said, and she said it to the judge's face.
I was bad.
She said, and that's one of my. That was my next question. Joining the military after that, was it an escape, a calling, or a rebuilding season?
It was
an escape from jail.
It was an escape from jail. I wouldn't go to jail, so I wouldn't hurt nobody. I wouldn't take his life and go to jail for the rest of my life. So I left. And it was the best decision I have ever made. One of the best ones I've ever made for myself.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
That's how you manage.
Yes.
I love that for her. And for me. How did you balance serving your country while silently carrying personal heartbreak?
Oh, God. I don't know how I did it. I did it with the grace of God. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I took it day by day, and and the good people that was around me. You came into my life. Adrian is in my life. Adrian has always been there, and then you came, and then you met my beloved Tamara, and it just, I don't know. God just put good people around me.
What did your military family give you that life outside of it maybe couldn't have at that time? I guess you just explained it. See how she answering my questions before I ask them. See, that's how we be bad. And she does not know these questions, but she answers them.
I'm grateful for that life decision that I made to join the military because the military has been really, really a wonderful family.
A lot of times, a lot of times people say, do not make a permanent decision based off a temporary situation. But in this case, her situation was temporary because her husband was unfaithful. Well, that was permanent because once you cross that line, you always cross that line. But she made a decision based on his infidelity that lasted her a lifetime. But now I tell you that my sister sits here now, fully retired from the military. So I'm glad he cheated.
Me too. I'm glad.
But I ain't telling nobody to go out there and join the military. Your husband cheating and all that stuff. No.
I'm saying it. Go, girl. 'Cause it worked out for me.
It was all things. Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good, right? Okay. What was the hardest part about being no. Let's do this. You mothered biological children. You mothered your biological daughter forever, although she was taken before she was birthed. But you did. I say you mothered her because you birthed her. You adopted Tamara, which was special needs, and then you embraced bonus children from your second marriage.
Yes.
What has motherhood taught you about the time, the depth of your own strength? Because you have, when we talk about motherhood, and you could have been on my Mother's Day, because you have seen every facet. You've had your own. You birthed your child. You birthed a child, right? You adopted a child, and you have had bonus children. So that's like all. But yeah, have had bonus children, and now you have two grandkids. So you every phase of life, and you auntie to my babies, and godmama to most. So you like cornered the market about being a mom, even though you live in a single life, just flights every night. So what has that taught you about your own strength and endurance? Because the thing about it is, your children, and we can talk freely, your children are no longer on this side. Your biological child is no longer on this side, and your adopted, which Tamara, I feel like you birthed her because you was there from when she had her to, is no longer on this side, but you still carry the title of mom to your bonus children, Bree and CJ, they name, and all of the things, and Caleb jumps on you every time you come to the house, Auntie. So how has that taught you your own strength? Your children are not here, but you're still mom to two children.
I have learned that you can be a mom and not birth them.
Absolutely.
And you can be a mom in different fashions.
Absolutely.
I adore my two children that are here on earth. They mean the world to me. I know I did not deliver them. I am their mama bear.
Right.
That's what they call me. And they are my world. And especially my two grandbabies are my world right now. And I'm grateful for my second husband because he brought them into my life. He was a wonderful dad. Not and he in turn adopted my Tamar as well.
Absolutely.
So he is I asked God for a dad. You just got to be careful what you ask God for because he listened. And I remember saying this prayer and telling God I needed help with Tamar because I was doing it by myself and I was in active duty and it was just a lot. And I asked God for some help and I told him Tamar needed a dad, and he gave me a dad. And I promise you, Curtis Clark is the best dad that God could have given me because he came right on in. He learned all with Tamar. She had a lot of machines. She had peg tubes and she had suction machines and she had just about everything that you have in a hospital. We had it at our home, and a lot of people are afraid they're afraid of hurting her, or afraid to suction her, or afraid to feed her because she got fed through her peg tube. So he wasn't, and neither was our children. Uh, the two he brought to my life, they learned how
Yeah.
to take care of her, and they weren't afraid. And that was what made me fall in love with him, because he wasn't afraid of my child. And he in turn adopted her because he wanted her to have his name. So I'm so grateful to him for that. And he came right on in and he treated her like his own. And we still honor her. You spoke earlier and asked me how we honored her. And every year we find, it's mostly me because he don't never find a family. But we find the families to adopt. Sometimes it's one, two, or three families, and we're their Santa for the whole year. I mean, for the whole Christmas. We buy them everything that you would need as a kid, and we take care from them smallest to the adults. So we take care of each and every family every year, and we honor her by as a scholarship fund that we have at Austin Peay that we do for her. And uh, there's a special needs class in Clarksville that we pay for the picnic they throw every year. So that's how we still honor Miss Tamara.
I love that. I love that. Okay, and okay, so let's move here because we spoke about Mr. Curtis Clark, which is a phenomenal young man. However, comma, life started life, and he's great.
He's a great dad.
He's a great dad. He's the best dad. However, life started life, and
Mm-hmm.
but you're still standing. But you're no longer married
No,
to Mr. Clark.
think about it. I asked God
For a dad, for
He
tomorrow.
gave me a dad, and when Tamara
Passed
passed
away.
away, then Curtis went away.
Yeah, then the marriage, life, when Tamara transitioned, it wasn't long after that, uh, life started lifing for you and Curtis. And he's a great dad. He's still a great dad.
He still
And a great, do they call him? Papa Bear? What do they call him? The grandbabies call him. Do they call him?
Papa.
Papa. And he's still a great Papa. But divorce, grief, and motherhood shifts and life transition all at one time. Because we talk about what we wanted, what I know your story, but during the time when you had to bury Tamara, things in your marriage were not at the best point. How did you not lose yourself completely? You're burying a child, but you had to keep that things ain't right at home to yourself. How did you keep from losing yourself completely in that?
Okay, I
She
think
kept it
you're
from me,
the
y'all.
only, I didn't tell the soul. You're really the only person I've ever told. I found out about his infidelity while she was dying. The doctor had already told us.
Okay.
Yeah. The doctor had already told us that she was passing, and then this certain person found me on the internet, on Facebook. That is why I don't do Facebook to today.
That'll do
That
it.
person found me on Facebook and let me know and gave me proof and showed me of my husband at the time infidelity. But I chose to keep that to myself. I chose to bury it and deal with the fact that my daughter was dying and make sure she had my mind, make sure she had my heart, and and everything belonged to her at that time. And that was my choice alone. I didn't even tell my bestie. No one. I told no one what I was going through on purpose. First of all, I know my bestie. It wouldn't have
What?
it wouldn't have turned out real
What?
good. So and then
What?
I couldn't tell my sisters or my family because I know my family and it wouldn't have went the way it went. So I kept it to myself. and
Carry that way.
I carried it and I dealt with it, and I made sure my daughter had her mom, and I went through that with her, and I don't regret it. I would have made the same choice again because my daughter deserved her mom in her last days.
And that's the only reason I forgave her for not telling you. Uh-huh. Okay, we're gonna move from that. We're gonna talk about her healing and her peace and her rediscovery of herself. My girlfriend is, look, she don't do this, y'all. She is doing this for me. So y'all better be subscribing to
really love this woman.
y'all better be subscribing to this page because God is doing something here because she So but I appreciate you so much. Oh, I'm gonna be like Ebony, my heart. Okay. So now that you are in a peaceful space, she is, y'all. This girl, she take more flights than the pilots themselves. You hear me? She always on a plane. Real. what did what did learning me again actually require? What did learning yourself again actually require from you? After all the heartbreak, after all the grief, I mean, sometimes you still go through. I mean, we can tell, your heart is still tender in some spots, but I see a glow in you now, and you're living again. I remember telling you when Tamara transitioned that now it's time for you because you spent so much time. I mean, y'all, Tamara lived better than me. That girl took trips to Disney World every year. You hear me? And she quadriplegic. I mean, when Angie took Tamara to Disney World, she packing up wheelchairs, suction machines, a little thing that you roll, like I would say fluids and IVs, y'all. And she didn't mention that I knew how to do the G tube. I could feed Tamara do her thing too. I won't scare.
That's why we friends.
That's why we friends. Right, right. Because if you was scared of Tamara, you could not get next to her because she's like, for what? Right? So, but I remember the first time, let me tell you this story. The first time when she came, because we met in the military 20 some years plus 20 plus years ago. And I was S1, so I in process asked her when she came in. And we had some people at the house, blah, blah, blah. She brought Tamara. She brought Tamara over. We had the whole unit. What is
let me tell you, you didn't say it right. She is not saying that right. Okay. Yes, I was single with a special needs little girl. She was an infant, so she was like one, almost two.
Right.
And now I left for a career when she was 2, so she was 1.
Right.
And when I got there, she was an infant.
Right. She was a baby.
She was like 6 months.
Right.
And so when I got there, this guy, one of the guys in our unit, I ain't gonna say his name, but he liked me and he wanted to take me out, and I wouldn't go because, first of all, he was afraid of my child, and I wasn't playing it. Like, if you couldn't get along with my child, then what do you need to talk to me for? So I wasn't playing it. So one day, Gigi, Geisha, or I call her Phil. One day, Phil got the whole platoon.
And then
the whole platoon, y'all. A
Andy.
platoon consists of at least 15 people or more, right? A whole platoon. They showed up at my house. They got my baby. She took me in the back room, called herself, dressed me up, and he took me out on a date. So they all watched a 6-month-old kid for about 4 or 5 hours, however long it was, just so I can go on a date with a guy I really.
And we had just met, really.
Yeah.
We had just met, and we've been friends ever since. I ain't gonna talk about the time she came to my house to do it with my wine glasses, but
it was broke. I keep telling you,
it's okay. It's okay.
It was cheap.
She didn't even know me. She came to my house throwing away my glasses, but then she replaced it with some real crystal glasses. So we okay now. But I don't suggest anybody come to my house throwing away my stuff.
Because I will.
Unless you're going to replace it with some crystals or some diamonds or something. But, okay. That part. Okay, back to our schedule.
No, regular, get that.
Back to our regular scheduled program. Okay, so how different is this version of Angie from the woman? I think was that telling us it's time to go? Listen. How different is this version of Angie from the woman who first left Memphis?
Oh, I'm so different. I still have that tough exterior, and people still look at me and think I'm mean, which I get a kick out of because I'm really the sweetest person, whatever, ever. But I have grown. I have grown in myself, and now I'm actually learning more and more of myself, and I actually love me some me. It's okay to love you for who you are, and you do not have to change to conform to what other people want you to be. And I've learned that. And I heard Miss Peel tell me it's my time. I think I was so deep grieving for my child. I didn't know I was so deep until I heard her say those words. Is your time. God gave her you. You took care of her. You did what he told you to do. Now it's your turn. And she said that to me, not realizing the impact it would give to me, but it helped me. I'm grateful to her and my other bestie. Her name is Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
She came and she just showed up at my door and we didn't ask no questions. Y'all gotta know Adrian to know to see that this is the type of woman that takes over me all the time. She just go in my room and pack my clothes and said, "Let's go." And I ain't gonna tell you no more. Let's go. Yeah. That's Adrian. She thinks she the boss of me all the time.
She is the boss of her.
And the deal is, I listen. So
the only one she listens to, because she don't listen to me.
She took me away from my surroundings. She got me out of the house that my daughter passed, and she took me to the Bahamas, and we just sat there for a whole week, and she let me get it out, and she let me cry, and she made me talk about it, and we didn't leave the resort the whole time, and that helped me. So I needed them both in different ways to bring me out of the depression that I couldn't see that I was in. I didn't realize I was in it. And then after that, I got the divorce and moved on, bought a house. Hey, I had to learn me again.
Living your best life.
I am learning that I love me.
And that was going to be one of the final questions. What does Angie Quinn stand for in this chapter of her life?
Happiness. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm at peace. Y'all, I sit on my back deck almost every weekend with my mimosas, listening to some roosters on the other side every day, and some water. I got a waterfall in the back, and I just be sitting there at peace by myself, loving on me.
I love that for you. I love that for you, and I love that you came to my little old studio. Yay! And you graced us with your presence. And I know that your legs is hurt. You little bit okay. Y'all listen. She left home to change her legacy. She survived a heartbreak that could have broken her. She served her country. She mothered. She grieved. She rebuilt. And she still found peace. This isn't just survival. This is transformation. Okay, and this is my girl. Okay. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you. If you have not liked, subscribed, and told your friends about us, what you waiting for? What's all I'm saying about that? Gigi.